lot of plastic on those when you could just use floss. Oh, we started.
the Oral-B floss pickers.
Yeah. Like just as far as environmentally friendly goes, you would think that just a strain of floss would be a lot less of a polluter overall than a plastic stick 50 times over in a bag.
Totally, 100%.
But they're so much more effective. So I can't not go
it's
back
just
to
a lot easier.
Yeah.
And you like wrap it around your fingers, and it's like cutting out the circulation to your fingertips.
Right. Yeah. It gets wet too. It just gross.
And it gets wet.
Terrible feeling.
You just got it all over your
Yeah. You got to go wash.
Nice to have a little handle.
Yeah.
And then you can really kind of like just jam it around in there. And
I would argue it's one of the greatest innovations of the 21st century.
It's really smart. Yeah.
I really would. I mean, if they brought that to Shark Tank, which I don't think they ever did, but if they were to have done that early in the game,
Shark Tank.
Oh my God, it would have made literally a quadrillion dollars. It would have shifted world economies with that idea. But maybe not. I don't think a lot of people actually floss. So, I'm probably over exaggerating its importance to the world, but phenomenal product.
Yeah, I wonder what the numbers are on that. Like, are more people flossing nowadays? Like
than 100 years ago? Yeah. Well, you know what?
What about like 20 years ago?
I would say I think so. I think everybody's a little bit more conscious of their health and general well-being than we were, say, in the 80s or 90s. Definitely the 80s.
I think so. Definitely, yeah.
We did a lot of bad drugs in the 80s and some good drugs, but like a lot of crack, and a lot of cocaine.
Right. A lot of crack, a lot of cocaine.
I think those numbers are down.
Crack cocaine.
Right. Everyone's favorite. Bringing worlds together. And the scoop though, the scope, these guys. I think if you're taking that idea and going back 100 years though, people were basically doing that every single day with a knife or a toothpick or something. I feel like when you watch like cowboy movies and stuff, maybe not a knife, that was hyperbole, but you watch a lot of they're always kind of playing with their teeth though with something, a twig, like some type of.
Well, I mean, you'd think that people just have been having that issue since the beginning of time because, like, I don't care how the first humans, whatever, like having some stuff stuck in your teeth is really uncomfortable and it can hurt even.
Yeah.
So I bet like cavemen out there, after they eat, raw horse or whatever the hell they eat, they got the stringy meat in their teeth probably.
And they're doing something about that. There's no way they're just walking around like that forever because that's something that you can manage. If you were to tear your ACL during that period of time, you were just limping around for the rest of your life or left behind in the tribe.
You just have that. Yeah.
You can't keep up. So you can't hunt anymore. So we can't really use you. You don't serve a purpose. We're just going to keep walking. And since you can't keep up, you're going to die alone. That's basically how it was. If you broke an arm, you just had you had to probably cut the arm off or it was just limping for the rest of your life. But something stuck in your teeth, there's remedies for that even back then. Again, not a history of dental care or anything like that. Not an expert of anything, but it seems that they were smart enough to remedy that. I think past humans were a lot more inventive than we give them credit for.
Yeah, I just want to second that point that you made earlier. We are not experts on anything.
Yeah, no.
And I like to think that that's part of the charm of the whole thing, right?
We could tell ourselves that.
Yeah,
because a lot of time when I like to listen to something, depending on whatever the subject is, I like to be listening to people that really know what they're talking about. So the fact that we're starting this and we don't know really anything, it's we're kind of hustling backwards in that.
We're dumb idiots. Yeah. But you know what? Just because we don't know things doesn't mean that we don't have
opinions,
hard-hitting, interesting opinions. That's what the internet is full of anyway. It's just people giving their bullshit opinions that they half believe and saying it like it's factual and like it's like they're living and dying by these takes. And that's just the world we live in. And I want a piece of the pie, baby.
That's what I was gonna say. Is if everybody else can scream into the void, why can't we? You know,
exactly.
That's what everybody's doing, just standing around a bottomless pit and screaming down into it. You know, this is our little sliver of the internet to do that with. It's good. We need this.
Yeah, you know, I saw there was a bit in the movie I watched recently that you know, and you see this in movies, but it's just like they literally are just screaming out into, you know, into a field or whatever. And I thought, you know, it's been a while since I've done that. I need to go find a field or drive to the desert or something and just
let it out.
Let it out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or I go live on YouTube and basically do the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I saw a video a couple months back of a bunch of women on a pier in Chicago, and it's like a group, and they just meet up and go on this dock, and they just scream into whatever lake borders Chicago.
Yeah.
Is it Lake Erie? I don't know. I'm not sure. It's
one of those.
It's gotta be a big one. Maybe Great, some call it. I don't know.
One of the greats.
You know, but I'm like, that seems like, you know, you could get a therapist or work out or do something else to try to clear your mind, or you can just go scream. I'm like, that's a good idea. That definitely it's got to work for some people.
Yeah. Oh, it does.
I'm sure. Or like you said, you just start a dumbass show on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easier than driving.
Yeah. Through Chicago.
And then I can't just do it outside, you know, that somebody will. Actually, I probably could just do it outside because there's often people just screaming and
you live in LA. You can absolutely just go outside and start screaming. I think that's
I don't think anybody would.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would call the police. I don't think anybody would care. I don't think anything would happen.
And if somebody calls the police, you can scream at them. That would probably turn out really well for you. You know, turn your attention right onto the police officer that shows up. You'll be chill. You'll be fine. And then if you die, I could do this with Spencer or something. It'll be fine. It'll work out.
Yeah. It'll work out. It'll work out better for everybody.
Everything's good over here.
Maybe I could live stream from prison.
Yeah, there's a lot of prison videos.
Does anybody do that?
I think so.
There's a streamer that's incarcerated
in jail. Yeah, there's a lot of prison videos nowadays that I come across.
What do you mean?
Like, people have cell phones in prison now. It's just a thing. It seems like not everybody, and I don't know how legal it is or the rules of said prisons, but there's a lot of phones in prisons now. I guess there was always phones in prisons, but now the phones just have cameras and internet connection and stuff. So it's a little different. But yeah, I see a lot of videos from prison if I'm doing a little scrolling. It's an interesting concept. Of course, too, like these phones today are much larger than they were. It'd be a lot more painful to smuggle in, I would imagine. Not that I know anything about that, but back when it was just a little Nokia, it was like, okay, like easier. Yeah, you could probably pull that off, but an iPhone 17 or whatever we're on, good luck, bud.
Yeah, I don't know. I could probably
figure that
out.
There's guards too. There's probably just guards smuggling in, but you never know.
You never know.
I've never been to prison. I don't know how these things operate. Not sure. I don't break laws ever, not one in my life. Not even a jaywalking. Not a one.
Nobody believes that.
You don't have to believe it, but I'm not going to tell you that I've committed crimes on the internet before. So not a one.
Right.
Besides my 4 moving violations that are out there on my record, but they're probably off because that was like 10 years ago. So I'm good. Not a one. Is that public record or speeding tickets public record? See, I don't know how anything works. I'm realizing that right now. I have no idea. I doubt they're public record. Can't imagine. Who's even like worried about somebody else's speeding tickets? Besides insurance companies, and then like your state. Yeah, I don't think anybody cares. So you're fine. I'm fine. Never broke the law. Never even thought about it.
Well, so we got a few topics to crush today, and we are going to crush them. That's what we do here at Future Archives. We get we crush topics.
Line them up, knock them down.
That's line them up, knock them down. Yeah, we'll get into a little bit of movie news later on, but kind of the overwhelming number one story of the day. The NBA is
what happened? What happened over there? It's back. I know it's back. The NBC broadcast is really cool. It was great to hear the dun 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 dun.
Well, yeah. I mean, for starters, yeah, it was a pretty good opening day, you know, for the most part. NBC was a good broadcast. Them weaving Michael Jordan in was a really nice touch, and it's just always good to see him, just because we don't see him all that much, you know, right. Or at least he's not talking. You know, when we see him, he's like drunk at a house party, or golf course, or his race cars or whatever.
Say, the track. Is it the writer?
But but it's like the doc that came out a while back. It's just good to see him in a chair talking about basketball, and I thought he looked pretty good. You know, he's got the yellow eye thing, but
he didn't look as yellow to me though. It looked like he was
not as bad in the Last Dance doc.
Yeah, that was crazy.
He looked worse than that.
Yeah, he looked like a big cat of some sorts, just piercing yellow eyes, and then having a glass of whiskey or bourbon at his side the entire time didn't really help the ambiance of that entire situation.
Yeah.
But seems like he's doing a little bit better. I don't know. But Jordan can do what he wants, obviously.
Exactly.
I don't think anything can really kill that guy either. I think he's going to be one of these dudes that lives to a pretty old age, regardless of the entire way he's lived his entire life.
Oh, I know.
Not sleeping, partying too much, drinking too much, connoisseur of cigars. Every negative health trait that he has, it's not going to matter. He's going to live to like 92, which is really impressive too, because he's 6'6". Normally people that tall don't live as long as shorter people, but Jordan, built different, obviously. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he lives longer than any human ever. Just because he is.
Do you think he's bet on it? Do you think he's bet on it, like the ability to outlive every other human? I think the record's 117 or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something impossible. And he's like, I got 5 million that is just laying in the
23.
Yeah. Let me.
It's the 23 number would be sick.
That'd be super fire. He's like, not only am I the greatest basketball player, but I'm also the greatest liver of all time. But his liver is not the best of all time currently. There's no way his liver is the GOAT. Yeah. Unless it is because it is able to get rid of alcohol, in a better fashion than everybody else's. That might be the case. That might totally be true. Some people have that. But back to the actual news.
So speaking of, MJ, one of the most famous gamblers of all time.
Yeah. Yes. So that's a good segue.
A couple days after the NBA regular season starts, big crackdown on NBA gambling, just out of nowhere, kind of. There's the three big names that were mentioned, players and coaches: Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, and Damon Jones, as well as members of the mafia.
Yeah, we got
what?
La Cosa Nostra is back. It seems like they've been on a steady nosedive ever since John Gotti got locked away, but they're still around, and they rear their heads every once in a while.
They're still around.
There's the Gambino family. So that's one of the classic, five families of New York. So they're still going strong, and same old good stuff. Gambling, I mean, that is, since Vegas was invented, the mafia has been there since the dawn of time.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if there's gambling, there's got to be mafia guys. That's a tradition that we have.
That's right. It's a
A
great
total
American.
of 34 people were arrested as a result of a years-long investigation covering 11 states involving tens of millions of dollars, says Kash Patel. So
Talk about
this
eyes.
is across, the eyes.
If he had the Jordan situation going on, that would be a really wild look. Insane.
4 mafia families and organized crime networks. Patel saying the money involved, the fraud is mind-boggling. So then, there's also at least 7 NBA teams between March 23rd and 24th. The Hornets, the Magic, the Blazers, the Raptors.
So that one again, I didn't. You said that one a little low. I didn't quite, and I can't read. I'm illiterate. So what was?
Well, yeah. So it turns out the Lakers are kind of involved here. So just we can start with that part.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Damon Jones, right?
Yeah.
Did you read about that part?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I want to hear you say it.
It seems. Well, I'll tell you about my process this morning going through it, and I watched most of the press conference that the FBI had. But then after that, I'm reading that LeBron's name was in the headline of an article about it, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, the heart dropped. Oh my goodness.
So it seems that it was Damon Jones, who was like a special assistant coach for the Lakers in 2023, not even like a real full-time assistant coach. It seemed like, I don't think he was on the bench during games, or if he was like, in the back row, one of the irrelevant assistant coaches. He finds out LeBron isn't going to play before it's announced, tells his buddies, and they all bet on it before it's announced. Lakers play the Bucks. Lakers lose. Damon Jones
wins. Yeah.
Gets away with a bunch of money. And it seems that he also did that with Anthony Davis. I think that feels more. I mean, both of these are implied. In the document, they were saying that LeBron was codenamed Player 3, and then there was another player. There was Player 4, who was believed to be another prominent player on the Lakers.
Yeah,
and we're talking injuries, and we're talking deciding games. It's got to be those two. It
can only be one man, because Anthony Davis is always hurt, so it has to be him for sure.
Yeah. So
there's a lot of
he's a huge difference maker.
A lot of redacted names in this, but it was very easy to tell who all the individuals were for the most part that they were talking about, unless it was like a mafia guy. And then obviously we have no idea who those people are for the most part. But as far as the NBA players go, yeah.
So as far as we can tell, LeBron is a subject in this, but his hands are clean. He's not, as far as we know.
Yeah,
based on the intel we have so far.
It's one of those situations where he realized he wasn't going to play. He told the coaches he wasn't going to play. He probably told Damon Jones as well, like, hey, I'm not playing. Unbeknownst to LeBron, it's not like he knew what he was going to do with that information. And then Jones went to his buddies, and then they made their bets. So, and you got to imagine that scenario plays out in every single basketball game for the most part, where at least you have the ability to do something with that information. The coaches know early, obviously. Yeah. And if you are corrupt, if you have this side thing going on, you could do something with that information. Obviously, 99% of them don't, but now we got we have a test case here where it did happen, But
and it's like at least like a once a year thing where they go down a checklist with every player and every coach, just like the do's and don'ts of being a representative of the league, being a player of the league, being a coach of the league. And they emphasize betting. They do. That's maybe the worst thing you can do besides all the other terrible things you can do.
It's actually
but as a player,
it's the worst thing you can do actually, because Chauncey Billups is going to get kicked out of the league for this, and he had some type of charge against a woman a couple years back, and
that's true.
That didn't stop him from getting the job. So
that's true.
In the eyes of these sports leagues, the worst crime you can commit is gambling or throwing a game or anything of that nature. It truly is the worst thing in their eyes, because we've seen guys fight back from way worse from a moral perspective time and time again.
That's kind of, I guess, karma for Chauncey. Or just maybe he's just not as good as a guy as we thought he was.
That's what makes me upset about it, because I loved Chauncey growing up, because I hated the Lakers with a passion.
I mean,
and he was on that Pistons team that beat the Lakers in 2004. But I also just liked the guy. He was fun to watch. He seemed like a really good guy. Pretty much down to earth. Anytime I ever heard him in an interview, and then all this stuff starts coming out over the last 2 years or so. And now today, obviously, it's like, oh wow, yeah, he was not the best guy, actually, probably. In some shady stuff. And then he was the one. He had his name redacted from the files that we're talking about, how coach in question was kind of throwing games on his own accord or holding guys out of games. And people started pointing at different games where like Damian Lillard didn't play an entire half or something like that. Or maybe it wasn't Lillard. I don't know if that timeline even makes sense. I guess it wouldn't have. But there's some weird stuff in there about that too. And everyone was like, oh, so Chauncey's dead on both fronts. He did the gambling ring situation and was helping people make money off of actual NBA games by tampering.
Well, like it seems like it would be pretty easy since he's been coach. They've sucked. Like they are always bad, and they haven't improved the team. I mean, I don't know. This year they made some moves that I feel like they're trending in the right direction, but they still suck. And so throwing those games seems really easy. But so what do you know about this the poker part of this with Bill?
What was the movie with Tobey Maguire was the one in question?
The Jessica Chastain.
Yes. I imagine it's just that. And instead of Chastain, it's just Chauncey Billups sitting there, and you're just like, hey man.
So they said he was using some kind of advanced technology where like they can X-ray the cards. To see the what the opponents have.
When dude is number two, using
number two.
He's got the eye patch,
and
I like to live dangerously. Nobody knows what card is coming. And then Austin does I too like to live dangerously, and instantly busts. He's like, he had like a 19. He hit. It was something
he had like a 5 or something, and then he just didn't hit. It was something like.
Oh yeah, it was the opposite. Yeah. It was basically one of those these card readers or glasses that can read the back of cards that are marked with infrared or whatever the fuck they are.
How it works,
And I don't know. They talked about like sensors underneath the table with people reading them, like from outside sources and phoning in on an earpiece. I know that's been a gambit people have ran in the past. It just seems like a lot of work.
And it's like he just got an extension recently, Chauncey. And he made a lot of money as a player.
Made $100 million. Made $100 million. Terry Rozier, I think I read 135, which is very funny if you think about that, because Chauncey, if he's looking at like a Terry Rozier today, he's like, what the hell, dude? Like how I'm a Hall of Famer. How on earth did you make that much more than me and you're still playing? The contracts have just exploded. But yeah, it's just I just don't understand why you're fighting over peanuts at the end of the day when you're on an NBA deal. It's insane, but that's the irrational, better. It's an addiction.
That's what it's got to be, right? They try it once and then they like, oh, I can get away with this, or that was pretty easy, and then gambling, it's addictive. It's easy to get addicted to it. It's easy to lose all your money, but especially if you find a way to win a
guaranteed
plan.
Yeah. That's fire then. Yeah.
So it's kind of hard not to.
I don't bet. I don't gamble. I mean, I'll hit the casino if I'm, on a trip or something every great once in a while. I'll play some blackjack or whatever, but I don't bet on sports. I just watch ball. That's it. Yeah. And I play a lot of fantasy football, but that's a form of gambling, I suppose. But if you told me I had a 100% hit rates or 90% hit rate or an 80% hit rate or something that's in my favor, then I'd be a fucking betaholic. Gambleaholic is the term. Both.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be able to stop me. But also you'd have to also tell me that I would not be going to federal prison for engaging in said bet. And if federal prison's on the line, I guess that's better than state prison, but it's still prison and I'm good. So I'll eschew anything like that. But it's wild. It's wild. And there's more coming. This ain't more. This is the first shoe to fall, first shoe to drop, as they say. I'm really nailing my analogies today, but can we bet on who's gonna be the next person to get taken down? Can we
who do you got?
DraftKings should make that an option. I would just start racking up.
Well, I mean, James Harden got to be up there.
I think Harden. Well, I mean, I was saying this earlier.
Qualities.
The entire Kawhi Leonard situation is getting completely swept under the rug now. And I know Ballmer couldn't be any happier. He's like, finally, someone that we're just going to forget about my misdeeds because we got this entire situation going on. But if anything, Silver should be hitting him extra hard because there's so much fuck shit going on right now in the NBA. They're just racking up on top of each other at this point. And Stern would crack the whip or cover it up better. One of the two. It wouldn't have gotten to this point. I promise you that. But Silver needs to get into a Stern bag and.
I'm sure he's going to. I'm sure. when he got the call from the FBI, I'm sure he just started throwing shit in his apartment. Just started.
Skeletor.
Whatever.
Just losing his mind.
Exactly.
Just destroying everything. Yeah. How could you not?
Because with the Kawhi thing and then this, this is like the Kawhi thing is nothing compared to this. I mean, this is tampering with games, and destroying the integrity of the league. This isn't
and just raw theft.
Exactly. You're just ripping people off, and you're ripping the fans off. And
they typically don't do anything until you start affecting pockets. Look at the Dan Snyder situation, the old owner of the Washington football team, Commanders, whatever. He was doing all kinds of fuck shit for years. There was the human trafficking situation where he took all of his cheerleaders to that island and made them hang out with other super rich guys and stuff like that under false pretenses of a photo shoot or something. I can't remember the exact details, but it was something along those lines. And he was able to continuously be the owner of an NFL team. Owners didn't do anything until it was the profits of a playoff it was playoff profits, some type of profits he was supposed to share with the other owners, and he didn't do so. He cooked his books to keep more of the money. And that's what got him. All the other owners are like, oh, he's hurting my bread now. We got to wrap this up. We'll get him out of here. And they did. And Jim, RIP Jim Irsay, he was the one that really led that charge. Of course, Jerry Jones was protecting him for years because he's a piece of shit also. But when you start to affect the pockets, that's when people start to make moves. And this
100%.
A big gambling situation in any league can absolutely affect money and people's passion and their belief in their own bets, and that hurts money. So something will be done. I got to imagine so. I mean, you got to at least kick Terry Rozier and Billups out of the league forever. I guess Jones too is even. I don't know what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, well, I don't even know if he was a part of a team or not.
Well, and the worst look for the NBA too is they did an investigation on Rozier last year. May or whatever that was, and they're like,
they knew something was up.
Yeah,
and it was like, apparent. Okay, he's fine.
Yeah, and we're not gonna look too hard into this. And then all of a sudden, and Terry had like this summer was probably so awesome for Terry Rozier, where he's like, dude, I got away with it.
Yeah,
he's living large, having a great time. He's like the nerves and stress leading, up and through that investigation had to have been just the most nerve-wracking time of his entire life. And then he's like, okay, I'm good. Time to go start another season. I'm going to make $25 million this year. And then he wakes up the third day of the season, the FBI's at his door. So that's a monstrous turnaround, but that's a bad look. Obviously
a really bad look.
Obviously the NBA doesn't have the capabilities of the FBI when it comes to investigating, I would imagine, but you would think they would have been able to figure out that one. Because looking at the tapes of it and stuff, that game where he was throwing and then subbed himself out early and stuff, it was clear as day. Terry Rozier is not a great player by any means. He was a good player in his prime.
He's good, yeah.
But he was never as bad to do what he was doing on that basketball court. That's for sure.
Yeah,
looked like
100%. Yeah. Like when he went to Miami, he was awful. Like he was good before that. He played well with the Celtics, and then he was on the Hornets before that. Right before that, I think. And then he just never really did anything with the Heat, and then all this stuff happens. I haven't seen much from the other guys' reps, but Terry Rozier's lawyers still denying it and still saying like that they have nothing to do with it, and this is all like. But where does this come from? Why are they attacking him? Like, and why is now the FBI is involved? And they're like, oh wait, no, we have something here.
Yeah. I mean, you don't get away.
I don't know. If the FBI is involved, I don't know.
You're cooked.
That's pretty bad.
If they bring charges against you, they have it's like a 99% conviction rate.
Yeah.
You're cooked. You never get off if the feds are bringing charges. They have an ironclad case every single time, damn near. It's them and the United States Postal Service. You never steal from mail. Because their people are just as intense and as insane as the feds or the CIA or whatever. They probably all use the same service, same people, same resources is what I'm trying to say. And you're gonna get cooked. I think their conviction rate is even higher than the federal government, which is, I mean, they're part of the Fed, but you know what I'm saying? Like the FBI, I think it's even higher if I'm not mistaken, or damn near this exact same. But these guys are cooked, and I said more coming. A lot. I saw a big conspiracy about Rick Pitino being part of this entire thing.
I can see that. See that.
It makes sense. Well, Terry played, I think, under him at Louisville, and then Chauncey was with him on the Celtics. So they both have links.
Oh no!
They both have links to him. So this is obviously very circumstantial, and there's zero evidence at this point. But I mean, would that shock you? Would that be the craziest thing you ever heard?
Pitino's getting out of the country right now. He's going to go hide in South America somewhere.
Exactly. This is only hope. I gotta get out of here now. He's pulling the P Diddy, trying to hit the airport as quickly as he can. He definitely has a go bag at the door. There's no way that he doesn't have some sort of go bag with 3 passports, 5 gold bars, and a cell phone. He's got something like that.
I mean, he just looks like he has ties to the mafia. Anyway, so he's probably got a lot of people, on his tail.
There's just no way he doesn't. If anybody does.
So who else is going down? I think I just have a feeling about this guy. I think Ime Udoka, coach of the Rockets. I just maybe I don't know.
Yeah, something to it. I wouldn't be overly shocked. It seems like during that entire cheating scandal, there's skeletons there. It seemed like, right?
Yeah.
Like there's something.
Yeah, there's a lot of shadiness to that guy.
Yeah.
Good coach, whatever, but yeah, there's something shady there. I wouldn't be surprised. Also, Jason Kidd, another guy that's been in trouble with the law a couple times, and
there's no way him and Billups aren't like kind of buddies too. Like same era, both point guards. They had to have both played in the East. They both had to have some type of mutual respect for each other. And if Kidd likes to play poker, it's a wrap. Do we know if he does? Paul Pierce is the other one that's connected to this.
I didn't even think about him.
I mean, and
of course he's involved.
And he loves poker more than damn near any player that I've ever heard of. And we talked about him actually on the second show. He had that weird ass DUI where he was slumped over, behind the wheel in traffic. One of those really classy ones, the classiest of the DUIs. And maybe he's going through something right now because he knows they're about to bang on his door.
Yeah, he knows any days he's going down.
Yeah, I'm really hoping Vivek gets caught up in this and he has to sell the Kings. That'd be ideal for me. There's no way he was invited to cool poker games, sick underground poker games. There's no way, but I would love to see it just for my own personal sanity and making the Kings significantly greater in the process. So maybe they should look into him.
I was seeing a comment on the Damon Jones Lakers thing. It's like when I saw the headline to this article and it just said that the Lakers were one of the teams that were involved. It was just like fingers crossed. Hopefully it's Gabe Vincent or DeAndre Ayton.
Sacrifice somebody that can free up cap space.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, man, give it to me. Give it to me. Yeah, no, I understand. I would have been thinking the exact same thing if it was about one of my teams. Like, okay, who would be the best to put on the altar here for the sacrificial gambler? Who would be the guy? It's like, oh God, Steph. Oh no.
And so tomorrow we will be live streaming Game 1 of the World Series. Shohei Ohtani recently got away with it. His translator took the fall.
Yeah.
And that's wiped clean. Shohei's a hero again.
That is a friend. That is a true friend. I don't know if I would have done that for. I mean, I'd go to jail for a little bit for all my friends and for you for a little bit of time though. Yeah. You could talk me into like 4 months. I'd even probably do 6 months. That seems maybe a year. Maybe a year if you had like bread waiting for me on the outside or something like that. But didn't that dude get like he got a long time?
Yeah, it did. I want to look that up.
It was like something insane, wasn't it? Like 17 years, or he's like, I don't even know if that is he's been sentenced yet. He probably hasn't, but it was what he was seeing was an extraordinarily long amount of time. Your entire healthy adult life, you're walking out and you're like 55 or something like that. You're just cooked. You're like, damn. Now what? And Shohei is not answering your calls. Now what? If that did happen that way, though, Shohei's got to have like 100 million waiting for that dude when he gets out.
What is 57 months?
Oh, that's nothing. Okay.
For
like 5 years.
5 years.
4.5 years. 5 years. Yeah.
He probably get out a little early.
Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. Well, if we're talking serious bread waiting for me on the other side, that's not the worst thing in the world then. I mean, it would be a bad 4.5 years, but if you had 100 million waiting for you on the other side, not the worst thing you could do with your time. Because 4.5 years from now, you're not going to have $100 million. So, and if it's in a federal prison, that's not bad. Federal prisons are nice. They got tennis courts and.
Oh yeah. It wouldn't be that bad.
One of them has a golf course. an 18-hole golf course. I can't remember which one it is, but I think any like financial guy petitions to get to that one because you're like, oh, I get to play around a week too. Like this isn't bad. Yeah. I could do this.
And it like they there's that quick scene in Wolf of Wall Street when
playing tennis
when he goes to jail. He's playing tennis. It's like a really nice. It looks like a resort. It's like
sick. It looks extraordinarily tight.
It's not so bad. Not so bad.
We got to hang out with either Cheech or Chong. Wasn't that the story behind that? He was like cellmates with Cheech. I can't remember which one it was. One of them was in there with Jordan, and like he was.
Oh, really?
Stories.
Oh,
I think this is how the story went. Yeah, he was telling him his life, and he's like, "You got to write a book," and that's what inspired Belfort to get to writing on the Wolf of Wall Street book. But yeah, Federal, not bad at all. You could do that for 5.5 years. Walk out with Jordan Belfort money. Which somehow that fool walked out with Jordan Belfort money, which makes no sense. I don't know how he was able to keep a lot of the millions. Maybe not all of it, but he's still a super rich guy. And all he does is pop up on the internet and like, I'm a piece of shit. That's what I did.
I just realized I've been talking on the wrong side of my mic this entire time.
I could hear. Well, you sounded fine before. Now you sound really.
Now
great.
I sound better. Yeah. God damn it.
Yeah, and we're
amateur.
Well,
amateur. No, it's 10, not okay.
10,000 hours. We're not there yet.
Yeah, and you might as well start the clock over. At least, I mean, these 40 minutes don't count.
Yeah, that's probably true. It would be funny if I didn't hear a word you said. I was just talking the entire time to myself, but just kind of loosely matching what you were actually saying back to me.
So I sounded like shit and you didn't say anything.
It sounded okay. Turn the mic back around.
How do I sound now?
Yeah, I mean you're muffled a bit, but it's just you're not muffled.
Fuck.
You're not muffled. It's just low.
So now when I talk, it's
great.
Yeah. Much, but God damn it.
I didn't even notice. That's how little of an issue it was. Don't throw the
fuck.
Okay, it's chill, man. Chill. People are having worse days than you out there. His name was Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier.
Yeah, it could be worse. It could be Chauncey. Well, I don't know. Still might want to trade with Chauncey.
There's got to be, dude. I guarantee.
I want to see what the sentencing is.
Yeah, Chauncey's life's pretty fire, probably. Do we know if there's a bylaw that you can get kicked out of the Hall of Fame or anything like that? Because I know in the NFL you cannot get kicked out of the Hall of Fame, and that's why O.J. Simpson's still in. And then probably like a host of other people that should probably not be in anymore. But I wonder if there is some type of bylaw. It's the Basketball Hall of Fame. It's not the NBA Hall of Fame.
I think that if I don't know what the rule is, but I would think if we found out you were gambling on games during, I don't know, he's still a coach doing it, but he got in for being a player, right?
Right. True.
So,
yeah.
Unless we find out he was gambling as a player, I say leave him.
Yeah. We separates the art from the artist. We're separating the player from the coach in this one.
And he's a finals MVP. I mean,
oh no, I'm not saying kick him out. I'm not saying that. I'm not calling for Chauncey's head in the Hall of Fame. I'm just raising the question if that's even a possibility.
Yeah.
The only time anything ever gets taken away is if it won't happen anymore going forward, thank God. But like dudes getting stripped of their Heismans. It seems like that's the college. College NCAA took that stuff pretty seriously. They would strip titles and said Reggie Bush got his Heisman stolen from him, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Even though Reggie was just doing what everybody else was doing at the time. I don't know why they singled him out because they got him, I guess. But it's still, that was all silly. And the guy actually like got the trophy back from him. There's no way I'd ever give it back.
Yeah.
There's no what are you gonna do to me? It's NCAA. Like there's nothing that you could possibly do to me at this point. I don't have any more eligibility if I'm Reggie Bush. It's like, okay, come get it. And then I hide it in a safe somewhere.
No.
You know, it's like, yeah, I'm not giving you this Heisman, dude.
Yeah.
It's, to me, there's the two coolest things you can win in sports. It's two things. It's the heavyweight championship of the world in like boxing or MMA or whatever, but being like the heavyweight champ is the shit. That's super cool. You're the baddest dude on earth because you're the biggest dude and the best fighter. So that's sick. And then the second one is the Heisman winner, because you only get a couple chances at the Heisman. You get maybe 1 year.
That's true.
To make it happen. Maybe two. I guess some rare cases 3, but for the most part, you got 1 or 2 shots. And if you don't get it done in those 1 or 2 seasons, you'll never get it. You know, very short window. MVPs for any league, if you play for 15 years, you got 15 years. You got 15 chances.
Yeah, you got 15 chances.
Obviously, the beginning and the end, you probably don't. But.
And the leagues, like, there's a lot less teams and a lot less.
Yeah, there's 136 teams in college football at the top level, and like, yeah, you got to compete with all those people. So if you win the Heisman, that's, I guess, fastest man in the world is really cool too. But there's no, like, besides the Olympic gold, there's not like a fastest man title. You know, it's different from the belts you win when you're a heavyweight champion, or the Heisman Trophy, which is the coolest trophy I think in sports. I think the Stanley Cup is pretty cool, but
Stanley Cup's cool. Heisman. How about one of them green jackets?
Well, that's pretty cool too. That's pretty freaking cool. But you can't. You got to keep it on premises though after that first year, so you can't even stunt.
Oh, really? You can't, like, it? You can't.
Yeah,
it
has to stay.
The first year.
It stays at Augusta, baby. It stays.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think you can take it out but you have to let them know. There's no, like, this is my jacket, I do what I want with it, because when you win that, you are now a representative of Augusta National because you become a member. Yeah. So it's
an official lizard.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would love to be one of those lizards. That's the coolest thing in the world to me too. It's so sick. It's so sick.
Yeah.
There's a thing with Augusta too, where it's like, if you're on premises, if you're a member and you're playing, or you're invited by a member to come play with you, you can go have your round. You can go to the clubhouse afterwards. You have a good time, but you can't hang out too long. That's like an implied rule. Like, don't just loiter around. Like, play your round, have a drink, but you got to get going.
Yeah.
There's no just chilling in the clubhouse for like 5 hours having beers afterwards. It's like, yeah, okay, you're on hollow grounds, and now you gotta step off the site. You gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
They run a tight ship, a real tight ship.
Lizard shit.
Yeah, it really is. But again, put me in. I would kill to play around there. Absolutely kill.
Yeah.
Not that I'll ever know anybody that's a member, but God, it would be cool.
Yeah.
It'd be so sick. Oh God, just take some chunks out of that fairway. Like, sorry, but then you turn around, it's fixed. It's already replaced.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How'd you do that? Special stuff. Really special stuff.
Was there anything else on this gambling story?
Did I have anything else? No, I'm just excited for what's next. My curiosity is peaked. I'm trying to think of other people that I could point at and be like, yeah, that dude was definitely on it, but I don't got it. I don't know. Yeah. I hope like none of the other old Pistons are a part of this. That would make me sad because I love that team.
Yeah.
Like every single one gets cut. Rip Hamilton's getting arrested tomorrow. Big Ben goes down. Rashid fights off 3 cops and they can't arrest him. I don't know. It would be really unfortunate. Tayshaun Prince, he was a thing. He was there.
Yeah, Tayshaun Prince was there. Oh no,
he existed. That rookie that they drafted for that year, and he ended up sucking, the Eastern European cat.
Oh, the Milicic.
Yeah, Milicic. Dark, yeah. He was there too. He existed. He was on the roster. I swear. Oh, that's the thing. I after I got done working today, I went on Spotify, to listen to the Bill Simmons emergency podcast about this entire ordeal, because I assumed that there would be an emergency podcast, and there was no emergency podcast. We got absolutely nothing from Bill Simmons, no takes on this. And he didn't even fire off a tweet about it today. So I don't know if he's just in a lair collecting his thoughts and takes, or, if he's like going to try to figure out how to kind of sneak around this entire topic. I have no idea. I thought that was really interesting. And Ryan Russillo is not working right now, so he didn't do a show either. So everything I based my NBA knowledge on, those two men, they were just an over.
Well,
the Ringer had some content about it, but I don't really like the Ringer too much, so I didn't really pay a lot of attention to it. But I was like, no emergency pod, Bill. Our standards are slipping.
Yeah, seriously. I feel like this is kind of huge. I mean, this is like the Tim Donaghy stuff. This is like, I don't know. There's going to be documentaries on this, and like you keep saying, like there's a lot more to come, and that's what Kash Patel and the other FBI people were saying in the press conference. Like, this, like, there will be more.
Yeah, this runs deeper. This is the very beginning of it.
So
Bill Simmons has done emergency pods on a lot smaller than this. So to not throw a bone, I don't know. Zach Lowe did one. He works for the Ringer now because ESPN decided to keep Perkins over established phenomenal NBA journalist Zach Lowe. But that's
somebody that actually analyzes the stats and the game.
Did you see what he said the other day? Perk? Yeah.
No, what did he say?
He was talking to I forget her name. She's on the ESPN morning show. She's pretty. I cannot remember her name, but he says to her, it was just those two in box panels like we are right now, and he was like, you want to hear something? Why would you take an ibuprofen when you can mess with a perk? And
what is the context of that?
Like, mess with a perk or Perkins, that's the
But like, why?
It was a pickup. He used it as a pickup line, and she instantly got a disgusted face and like looked down. She's just like, all right, like, and then she played it off.
That's like,
and while he delivered the line, he was like back in his chair like this, and he even went like this. Like with his talking, like,
what the hell?
It was crazy, dude. It was absolutely insane. I could not believe what I was watching. I'm like, there's no way he tried this on it was opening day, or maybe it was yesterday. There's a lot going on in the NBA in the last 3 days since the began. I could not believe it. I was mortified for her. Yeah, I can't not think of her name. I've seen her before. I don't really watch any of that stuff too often, so I'm bad with the new crew at ESPN and whatever else as far as names go. And I just suck at names.
We're going to try something wild here.
I'm going to try to show the video. Do we have the juice for that?
We'll see.
Innovation, if anything else. Yeah, this is it.
God. What you need ibuprofen for when you have a perk?
The lean back. I literally can't stand you, and I love you. Coming up.
She had to play it off, and she was a professional about it. But God, dude.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's like, what? Like, you just end the segment like that?
Yeah.
Like, what a transition.
He's like, let me get this bar off real quick. He was like, I got something to change from the situation.
I'm supposed to laugh at that? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
you think do you think Twitter was gonna be like, dude, Perk is slick, man? Like, what an awesome line, dude. That's
what a weirdo.
One. Yeah. He's a very, very strange guy.
I don't think he should be punished for that, but I hope somebody talked to him about that. Like, dude, what the fuck?
At least one of those. Bare minimum, he needs hey, dude, what are we doing, man?
Come on, you're slipping.
Yeah, and that was even for you. That was bad. We didn't like what we saw.
Even for
you. Yeah, like the bar is low, but That was some
They have to know that the bar is low with him. Like, how can people like him stick around? And then they keep losing people like Zach Lowe and Bill Simmons, and like the list goes on. Like, there's an all-star team of people that they've let go or fired, and like
Russillo. Yeah, no, the list
some
goes
of the best
on.
people. Yeah,
I mean, if you were to look at this is probably showing our age a little bit, but like Grantland, it's like 10 years removed at this point, and I was a massive fan of Grantland. And the talent that roster had from top to bottom was absolutely absurd. Just stacked with like cool dudes pretending to be nerds is basically was like the entire bit of Grantland, big personalities just being super nerdy about something. And then, Grantland folded, Bill Simmons starts the ringer, and he brings over as many of those dudes as he can for the most part. And then, fast forward to today where pretty much all those people are gone. For the most part, there's a few left over. And now that side is basically nerds pretending to be cool dudes as opposed to the opposite, and like there's a very distinct difference between the two sites and the way that the writing is done and the content is done. And obviously we have like 10 more years of internet NBA culture built up because NBA Twitter wasn't even a thing when Grantland was around. And that's really influenced heavy the style that they all operate under. But that there was a golden era of Grantland, and ESPN completely, got rid of that, fumbled the bag there. And when Simmons left, they canned that and canned the 30 for 30s. And, they lost a lot of good stuff when he walked away.
Yeah.
I guess they're kind of still doing 30 for 30s every once in a while, maybe. I don't know. But as far as like, as much as they were pumping out in the quality of the documentaries, I mean, they were getting big directors for a lot of them. Established people, talented people to, hey, you want to do a subject on something, come do it, and that was really cool. That was sick.
Yeah, no, it's a great idea.
Was the new doc on that do you see that the ex-USC football player who became a gambling drug kingpin?
Oh, I've heard of this.
I don't know if that was a 30 for 30 or it was ESPN production. I'm not sure what it was. I can't remember. But that ties into the gambling motif that we have going on here today. He was a volleyball player at USC. I think it was like his sophomore year. Decided to try out for the football team, and he made it as a walk-on. And he played tight end there for a couple of years. And he was a backup. I don't think he was a big player at all. But still just really impressive to just go walk on USC football team. And that was back when like Matt Leinart and Reggie Bush were there, big time players, big time school. They were winning championships, all that. And then he leaves USC, graduates, and he gets a job at this like real estate type company or whatever in LA. And he's doing good, making good money right out of college. And then 07, 08 hits and they fire him because the economy tanked, obviously, especially real estate. And then his dad knew a guy who was a bookie, and he met up with him, and the bookie got him into the game, and using his contacts and resources through USC and the real estate world, he started to bring in bigger and bigger fish over time. And then he started his own gambling ring from Costa Rica. And this was like the 2011, 12, 13 era gambling where like the Five Dimes was big and all these offshore books were huge. And he ended up making a ton of money, obviously. But then one of his whales was this cartel member. And the cartel member was like, I like how you do business. What if you want to start like laundering my money for me? And he's like, I can do that too. And then the dude's like, what if you just start kind of like running coke for me and all other drugs? And he's like, I can do that too. Cause he was a huge cokehead himself. And so he just naturally took to that. And then eventually he got caught because gambling's one thing, but narco terrorism, probably another thing completely. But interesting story. Really interesting life story.
Cocaine quarterback.
And
it's Amazon Prime.
Oh, Prime. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think it was ESPN. I said I don't even know if they do 30s anymore. But yeah, it was interesting.
But yeah, no, that is an interesting story. That's
he's a very weird guy to watch too, dude, because every time he would talk about like doing crime, his eyes would light up like he was having like just amazing flashbacks. And then when he would talk about Colombian Coke, his eyes would light up again. It's like he would like reliving this. He wasn't like ashamed of himself or like, oh, this was a terrible time in my life. He was like positively reliving it. Like this was the best time of my life.
I did it because I loved it.
Yes. Well, he tells a story where he was, I didn't watch the entire thing, but I skimmed through it. And he tells a story of how he was injured and like football season was coming up, something like that. And so he went to Gold's Gym and he went to the bodybuilders and he was like, okay, what steroids do I need to do to help my recovery process? And they're like, okay, you need this, this, and this, but it's very expensive here. And they're like, but across the border in Tijuana, there's this veterinarian clinic and it's cheap there. Just go there. So he goes across the border, like No Country for Old Men, gets what he needs. And he comes back. And then as he's walking across the border, he's realizing like, oh God, they're going to ask me why I'm coming back from Mexico, and they stop him and they ask him and he just says, oh, just, at the bar, whatever. And they're like, oh yeah, come on through. And he said, as I tell that story, he said, I get the hairs on my arms are standing up again. He goes, it was the greatest feeling I've ever had, getting like lying and getting away with it. And I decided right there that that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
Oh my God.
I'm like, so this dude's just a criminal, man. Like this guy is just like,
Jesus.
All he wants to do is break the law, and he was just stoked every time he would talk about breaking the law. He loved it. Just got off on that shit.
I mean, I guess that's just what happens, right? I mean, that's probably why Damon Jones is doing this, and Chauncey Billups is running these poker games. It's like
there's juice in it.
It's fucking fun.
Yeah, there's definitely juice in it. There's for sure. And that guy, you could tell, was just like a hardcore adrenaline junkie. Just one of those dudes that just goes for it all the time, no matter what. And those are the type of guys that can easily find juice and committing crime. And that adrenaline is spiking at all times, and it's exciting, and you become addicted to that. But yeah, it was, like I said, interesting story. Kind of a weird guy, though. Definitely a weird guy.
Yeah, you have to be.
The way, like, very untrustworthy eyes. His eyes would have told you a lot.
On a scale from 1 to Kash Patel.
If this guy is talking about drug use or committing like hella felonies, they're about the same. when he's in neutral, he's not nearly as crazy. Kash Patel is always on 10 with his eyes, just constantly just geeked 100% of the time. I wonder what he actually looks like if he gets excited. Maybe like they turn to normal. I'm not sure exactly what that would look like, but yeah, nothing as crazy as those eyeballs are. Those are 101 crazy draft. Just pure abject insanity within that mind. Eyeballs tell a lot about you.
Analyze eyeballs. We should analyze eyeballs on this show.
That'd be a good one. The lies never eye, Chico.
SGA had 55 points tonight.
I mean, that's
worth noting.
55 more than I had, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
He beat me by a lot tonight.
That's 55 points more than you'll ever have in your whole career.
Very true. Yeah. I hate those questions. Remember that one that was going around a couple of years ago where it was like, if you had 20 attempts to score against Harrison Barnes, how many points would you score? And I don't know why Harrison Barnes was like the litmus test on this, but it was just specifically Harrison Barnes. And people were like, oh, I'd give him 14. I'd put up, people are giving up. I'm like, you wouldn't score once. What are we talking about?
I know Harrison you wouldn't Barnes score at all. I guess Harrison Barnes he's kind of like, I don't want to say average, but he is kind of like middle ground player. So maybe that's the kind of test.
He's still a 6'8" freak athlete. That was number 4 in the draft, 5 in the whatever he was. He was a top 10 pick when he came out of North Carolina for his dual threat wing athleticism. It's like, what are you? You're not scoring shit.
Not a chance.
No.
You take the worst player in the league, and like
they might not give him 14.
You're gonna get killed. Like, I mean, I don't know. You have a chance of scoring, but like these guys are ridiculous.
Yeah, they're insane.
All of them.
Yeah.
Even the ones you think suck are like amazing.
They're
players.
the best player you've ever seen.
Or they're super tall.
Yeah, bare minimum, they're tall as shit. But every single NBA player is the greatest player you've ever seen in an open gym. By far. Yeah. Like it's not even relatively close. Like
it's not even close. Yeah.
If you played enough pickup ball in your life, you might have played with some ex-D1 basketball players or something like that.
And those guys are really
those guys are
great.
Insanely good. They're way better than you are. So
you can't keep up with those guys. Yeah.
And those guys weren't even close to making the league,
Yeah.
Not
even a thought. Not even
close. Not even close to sniffing G League. It's not relatively in the same hemisphere. So the guys that actually make it and can play, Harrison Barnes is going to play for 15 years. What are we?
Yeah. He's a champion. He's
He's made hundreds of millions of dollars playing professional basketball in the NBA. You're not scoring a single point on that guy unless you yourself are an ex-D1 player and you make a shot or two. Like I can see that for sure.
That's you have a chance. Yeah, for
but
sure.
If all you did was play some high school basketball, it's not happening.
Not a chance.
Most people didn't even play high school. We're talking CYO, middle school ball for a lot of people that were saying that shit. It's like, you didn't make JV. You're probably not scoring on Harrison Barnes. Got to throw up a hook shot as you're fading out of bounds from basically half court and just pray one of those goes in.
That's the only way. Yeah.
I just do that every single attempt, and maybe I make one out of my 20 or whatever. I feel like I would. I feel like I hit one of those. Or the other one, the other dumbass one is if you had 25 rush attempts in an NFL game, how many yards would you have? If hit damage is on, which I'm assuming it is, I'd get probably hurt on the very first play. So it's whatever I got.
Yeah, 25 attempts. I don't think I could do that.
NFL running backs' bodies don't hold up under 25 carries in a game sometimes. What do you think mine is? I'm 33 and washed. Like that is not.
I don't even know what my strategy would be. Like, how do I? No way. Not a chance.
That's actually a really good point because I've never taken a handoff running into an offensive line before, so I wouldn't even know what to look for. They talk about running back vision all the time and like, oh, that guy's vision sucks or whatever. I wouldn't even know like what gap am I supposed to look at? How is this supposed to work? So
like as soon as I would get the ball, I think I would just collapse to the ground and just hopefully, I mean, I'm still going to get crushed.
But no, you're right. I said I would have negative yards. The first time I ever heard this hypothetical, I was like, I'd end up with negative yards for sure. And you see people's response to these things. It's like, I give me my 15. It's like, no, you're not.
Not a chance. This isn't Madden.
No. Those are my favorite ones because people really think they could do that shit. I don't know. It's insane to me. They've never really been around a real freak athlete, I guess. And every single professional player is a freak athlete in their own right.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any scenario on a football field where I could
gain yards
or do anything positive for the team. I don't think...
the one scenario I thought about was a fake punch and you're a gunner and they like the guy that's supposed to be trying to block you just like runs away and you just are wide open. And you get to take 5 yards in, and you turn around, and that ball is thrown. And if you catch it,
if everything goes to plan, like
very specific scenario here,
maybe.
Yeah. But I could get that done. I got good hands. I feel like I can make that happen. And it's like a puncher throwing the ball to me. It's gonna be a lob. It's not a bullet from Josh Allen. Yeah. I could probably do that. But other than something like that. Because I would just get jammed off the line every time.
Yeah.
If I'm playing wide receiver, no corner's going to let me walk past the line of scrimmage. They're just going to push me. I'm like, fuck, okay, can't really do much here. Think I'm going to get open on this dude?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would be most successful at quarterback, but what am I gonna do?
I do think those are your best odds.
That's my best chance.
Yeah. Drop back or take the ball out of shotgun, so you don't have to even like worry about
exactly
the transfer
shotgun
from the center or like dropping back where you could fall over yourself or get clocked instantly from the blind side. And
I would just be watching the defense, really. Like as soon as anybody's anywhere close to me, I'm getting
our only hope, I think, because like we wouldn't be able to throw to the outside hash or anything like that. Yeah, throwing to the sideline is 25 yards. Like just throwing it straight to the sideline is a 25-yard pass. So I think your best chance keeping it close to the line of scrimmage. And if you have George Kittle like run a 3-yard turnaround, just quick little dump off to him, or McCaffrey or a great receiving back, like quickly out of the backfield, and you just quickly throw it to him, and they gain some yards. That I feel like I could do.
Yeah,
and it would get picks probably. I don't know. So I don't know how I can throw over the line of scrimmage either, because I'm 5'10". Kyler Murray's 5'10". He doesn't throw it over the line of scrimmage half the time. So my own offensive lineman might block my throw, but if you give me enough tries, I think that could get done.
Yeah.
But that's it. And I still don't think I could do that, but it would be our best shot to gain positive yardage in an NFL game.
I do think I could be an offensive coordinator.
I like this.
I think that I would bring.
I like this. Right back.
And I'll keep going. Yeah. I think that positions like that sometimes lack creativity. In a way, I mean, you're trained to do it a certain way, and some of these guys are creative, but I'm talking about like a complete outsider that doesn't even totally understand football. I think I might stumble into some, routes, like certain strategies that just like will throw defenses off completely because it's just not how you're supposed to play.
It's like fighting a drunken boxer where you've never seen punches and arm angles coming from those positions before. You're just like, what am I doing here? This guy is so unorthodox that, he doesn't understand the fundamentals of the sport. So he's going so far outside normal parameters that we can't guard this. I think that's possible. I think I do.
And I think if you're like a team like the Raiders or something, why not take a chance on somebody? It's like, you're not filling these positions with good people anyway. Why not take some outsiders and I don't know, try some shit.
I mean, the fact that Chip Kelly is back in the NFL, trying his same old bullshit for the 100th time is fascinating to me. And I guess Pete Carroll, he needed somebody. Chip did just come off winning a championship for Ohio State as the offensive coordinator there, which he did a great job in the playoff and everything, but he's a college guy at the end of the day. And every single time he goes up to the big leagues, he tries that same old stuff, and it just does not work in the slightest. I don't know.
They suck.
They're really bad, dude. They're really bad at football. And
what did you expect, I guess? There's just always it's always nice to be optimistic going into the season, thinking like, oh, well, I don't know. They got some good young players, they get this new coach, new culture.
Bare minimum, you expected them to be better than last year.
Yeah.
That was the general vibe. It seemed like Raider Nation was feeling pretty decent. Like, we know we're probably not going to make the playoffs or anything, but this is going to be a step in the right direction. Like you said, we got John T, Brock Bowers. It really sucks that he's been hurt, and that's hurt the team. But
that hurts.
And then and Geno Smith, he's looked really good the last couple of years. He's a top 14 quarterback in the league right now. This is great. We haven't had a top 14 quarterback in 5 years or whatever it's been since Carr was up there.
Yeah.
Or maybe even longer, I guess, since he was a top 14 quarterback. But he was a quarterback. He played the position.
It's Confident guy. He'd throw for a lot of yards.
Yeah,
you know?
he's gonna air it out,
Yeah.
And then Gino just losing all of his talents like Space Jam and just being ass.
Yeah, he was lost out there.
And I think a lot of that's the offensive line and Chip Kelly too. But
sure.
But also he's like 36. And and he was never a great quarterback to begin with. It took him a long time to find success in the NFL. And the only guys that really make it at 36, 37, 38 are dudes who were awesome at one point. There's a reason why like an Aaron Rodgers or a Brady can still do it at 40. It's because they're a couple of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. So when they lose 25% of their 100%, it's still a really good quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if Geno Smith's 100%, which is here, and he loses his 25%, 30%, now you don't have a good quarterback anymore because he was never nearly as good to start off with.
Yeah.
But I just hate that you guys upgraded Seattle because now they got Darnold and he's playing really good football.
Oh, yeah. Darnold's good.
And you guys gave him a 3rd round pick too, and that's gonna be a low 3rd round pick. So I don't like.
Yeah, that's such a bad deal. Like in hindsight, obviously it's easy to say, but even like you said, he's like 36, and it's a 3rd round pick. That's a good pick.
And he was under a decent contract. It's not like he was making $10 million a year where you're getting a deal on the contract itself. And did you get an extension?
Yeah, there's a 2-year extension. I'm pretty sure. So he's not going anywhere.
Right. Well, he's going to the bench eventually, but that's all he's going. He'll be there. For another year
like you said, it's probably not his fault entirely. I mean, it's a little bit his fault, but I mean, he's been good in recent years, and then all of a sudden he's not because he's on the Raiders. I don't know. I feel like
part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. There's just not. I don't know. Maybe it's just a cursed franchise. I don't know.
Definitely is. It's not a cursed franchise. Like there's no evidence that it's not cursed. There's a lot more evidence that it is than it's not. I don't know. I got a lot of Raider fan friends, and they're not having a good time in the slightest. Yeah, they're very, very upset. But all the good guys I know are Niners fans, so that's on you guys for making bad early life choices.
Yeah, whatever. I'm more. I don't know. I'm just making excuses, but I'm just more of an individual player fan these days. Anyway, I'm a fantasy football player. That's the extent of my NFL fandom.
It's a good way to look at it when your team's that bad. That's how when the Niners have a terrible season, that's how I look at it too. It's like, okay, it's fantasy football time. That's what I care about.
Because if I didn't have fantasy football, I would not watch football. And I for a long period of time there, in high school I paid attention because I had a lot of friends that watched it, and I wanted to stay in the loop. And I've been in and out of fantasy leagues for a while, but I don't know, from 2015 to 2020 really. I just didn't watch it. I didn't know anything that was happening. I would watch the Super Bowl most years. I think I missed one, maybe 2 Super Bowls.
That's hard to do,
which is crazy. Yeah. But then 2020, some friends wanted to start a dynasty league, and I was like, yeah, I want in on that. Just because my dream job is to be a GM, a general manager of any sports team. I like the drafting and the rebuilding and
you watch Moneyball.
Watch Moneyball. I play, a lot of 2K, my team.
Sure. Wheeling and dealing, the action.
I love wheeling and dealing. I love the action. I love the, taking risks on guys.
Gambling on them.
I like gambling on. Exactly. But yeah, now that I'm in the fantasy league now, that
you get to live it.
It took me some time to get up to speed, but I feel like I'm at a place now where I, get a lot of enjoyment from the league just because of fantasy football, not because of the Raiders, not because I like any other team even. Like I said, if it was gone, there's not a team that I'm like, oh, well, they're fun to watch. At least I'm going to watch them. No, right, I don't care. Yeah. I don't give a shit. There are some players that I would still like check in on, but I don't know if they're not producing for my team, then I don't give a shit.
Yeah, no, totally fair. 100%. 100%.
I love Amon-Ra St. Brown because I have him on one of my fantasy teams. And I think I would still enjoy watching him if I wasn't, but
one of the few. Yeah, he's got a great name too. It's just really cool.
Oh yeah.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's tight.
Yeah.
He said
Amon-Ra's
that
like sun god or
something. Amon-Ra, the sun god. Yeah, is it Aztecian? I feel like is the Aztecs.
I think that's right.
Yeah. But I've heard him say this. His dad's last name is just Brown. He added Saint to his son's names.
Oh, his dad changed his son's last names to Saint Brown?
Yeah, because he thought it sounded good. So instead of just Amon-Ra
Brown. It does sound better.
It does sound better.
Brown. Yeah.
I see the vision. He was completely right on that, but it's crazy just to like.
It's strange. Yeah,
very wild move. Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
but
because he's got a brother in the league too, who's a receiver, but
does he really?
Yeah, small time though. He's like backup. He was for the Browns. Oh wait, was he on the Niners? The Niners picked him up this offseason. I don't think he's still on the team.
His last name is St. Brown,
but his last name is St. Brown too.
Wow.
Yeah. But Saints was just something his dad came up with. Which again, I see the vision. It is cool. Sounds tight.
Yeah, that sounds sick.
That like brings up the question: should we just all add Saint to our last names, and is it cooler for everybody? Remington Saint Fox.
It kind of works with yours.
Kind of does.
It kind of works with yours.
Yeah.
Remington Saint Fox. Riley Saint Deco.
Yeah.
Doesn't really work.
Yeah, yours is a little. Yeah. Doesn't roll.
Yeah, mine's tough.
It is. But St. Fox, that's kind of tight.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. I might
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Remington St. Brown Fox. Just take the entire last name.
Or your kids, at least. You could do St. Fox. It could be like Jesus St. Fox.
Yeah, make him sound like super biblical, you know?
Yeah. Abraham St. Fox.
John, well, I guess all the other biblical names are pretty boring. Peter, Saint Peter, Saint Fox. Now I'm moving.
Saint Peter, Saint Fox.
I'm really.
I mean that he would probably make the NFL just because of that name.
It's a chick though. It was a girl. I had a girl named her Saint Peter, Saint Fox, and just make her despise me for the rest of her life. Or until she's 18 and she can legally change on her own, I guess. That'd probably be the better scenario there.
Saint. Or just Saint. First name Saint, last name Fox.
Saint Fox is tight.
That's not bad.
I'll keep that one in the chamber. keep that one in the memory banks. So what, you got any movie news or?
Yeah. Let's burn through a couple things really quick here. Yeah, this will be kind of a speed round, actually, because and then one that we can linger on a little bit. Simpsons movie 2 was announced. You hear about that?
They have never made a second one.
Can you? Yeah, it's the first one. What year did that come out?
I have a long time ago.
But I mean, the show's been around for almost 40 years.
40 years, yeah, yeah, dude, it's old. So the first one was the one the town got stuck in the bubble, right?
Right.
They haven't made one.
Pig.
Yeah, they haven't made one since then. That's kind of wild.
2007.
Yeah. Okay, 20 years.
So yeah, almost 20 years. I mean, yeah, this new one will probably come out in 2027 or so. Yeah, 20-year difference there. So maybe just every 20 years they'll make another one.
That's kind of a good bit.
No, but I thought the first one. I mean, I don't know how it did at the box office, but it seemed like it was popular. It seemed like people liked it. You know, it was fine.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in 15 years or 18 years, whatever it's been. But I remember liking it at the time.
Yeah, same.
I don't know if that would hold up today, but it probably would.
And
it's Simpsons. I like the Simpsons.
You know, The Simpsons has been, pretty spotty at best for quite a while now. It was well past its prime when that movie came out, but
right, yeah, seriously.
But still, I don't know. It's just like You would think that there'd be more Simpsons stuff in general. Like they haven't. They used to make the Simpsons video games, and there hasn't been one of those in a while. And I really like those too.
I love them. I put Hit and Run and
Hit and Road Rage.
Road Rage. Yeah, I played both.
Yeah, I love those games. At least like a remastered of Hit and Run would be. I feel like it would sell. I don't know. What do I know? But they still like. At Universal Studios, they still have like the Simpsons area, it's like, they have the Moe's, tavern, and, they have the whole thing. So I don't know. You'd think that they would try to capitalize on this more, but
I love Hit and Run was so cool because my mom wouldn't let me have Grand Theft Auto, and it was basically Grand Theft Auto in Simpsons form.
Exactly.
And I was just like, I got it finally. This is the best thing ever. I love that.
And it's like you like take, instead of like throwing somebody out of the car, you like get in the back seat or whatever. And it's like that person's driving you, but it's
the PC or PG-13 version of what Grand Theft Auto actually is.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then Hit and Run, I keep saying Hit and Run. Road Rage was basically just Crazy Taxi, but it was really cool though. It was a good, almost a better version of Crazy Taxi in some ways. And with all,
it's just fun to like explore the town, and like it's got just loaded with references from the show, and cool. I don't know, that was cool. So that's coming. This another Miami Vice movie.
We needed that. That's what we needed.
How we were talking about just how they, this is just what every week there's a new reboot in the works. There's a new sequel in the works. So we've got Simpsons 2 and we've got Miami Vice. So it looks like it's not official, but Michael B. Jordan is circling it.
Okay.
And then the guy Joseph Kosinski that directed Top Gun Maverick. Did you see Top Gun Maverick?
Oh yeah. Really liked it. Yeah. It was everything I wanted. It was no more, no less. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Not groundbreaking or
no.
It's not.
I definitely thought it got more hype over that entire rest of the year than it deserved. I enjoyed it.
It was a fun watch. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was enjoyable.
We got the beach scene. They're playing football this time. So they hit the notes. They hit all the notes.
Was it like both teams are on offense or something, or like there's something weird with the football they were playing?
Yeah, I can't remember. You're right.
It was kind of distracting from the scene a little bit. I'm like, what? How does this game work?
It was. I've never seen it played that way before.
Yeah, but it was good to see Tom Cruise running around out there.
Yeah. That Val, he was already pretty beat up by then.
Yeah,
but it was cool to have his send off though.
Totally. Yeah. That was
there and get his little last final hurrah. That was pretty sweet. But it just whatever at the end of the day.
So we'll see what happens with that. I don't really care about Miami Vice either. I just thought just kind of interesting. It's just one of those IPs that they just keep trying to
they do their damnedest, don't they? They're really working on that. So the
Michael the Michael Mann one with Colin Farrell, Jamie Foxx, that one I feel like has gotten more like there's some people that really like that movie. I never cared for it. I think I don't know, it just feels really sloppy and like kind of hard to watch for me, but I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Yeah, I tried watching it actually, I don't know, a year or two ago. And I turned it off. I couldn't.
Yeah, it's hard to watch, I think. So have you heard of this this how do you even say it? It's sort of a Sylvester Stallone biopic, specifically about the Rocky.
Yeah, I saw something about this. Yeah.
So they released a still of it with the guy who plays the Rocky. Look at this guy.
Adrian!
What do we think?
Adrian!
Good enough?
It's good enough. Yeah. I mean,
yes. I'm just not.
It's good enough in the way that Clippers show existed, where it's like we could just slap this on the screen and no one's really going to question if Blake Griffin looks like a completely different person or Chris Paul or anybody involved.
That was so bad. I mean, it's
like a
that should not be the example that any of these movies take. I mean, that was the worst I've ever seen.
We knew somebody that worked on that show a couple times, and he may or may not have taken a couple quick pictures with his phone of said actors within the show. And maybe I saw one of those pictures at some point. Maybe I did. And I was dying laughing. I was showing everybody I was with, dude, look at this shit. Can you believe this? This must be Blake Griffin. It was unbelievable. I'm like, they're going to go through with this? Really? Just like how they are right now?
Oh, I know.
When you see it on screen, it's like, oh my God. And it was just bad.
Insane.
Even if they looked exactly like their counterpart, it was a bad show. It was just
It's a bad show. Yeah.
And who wants to it's not even a story that like is interesting either. It's about this like old racist owner dude, and he sucks, and everything's just really awkward around the team. Like everyone just like
exactly.
Like I don't know. The story itself, they were trying to capitalize off the Lake Show, is what they were trying to do.
Yeah, or
that show was
fun.
Called? Was it just the Lake Show?
Winning Time.
Yeah, okay.
I think it was originally going to be called The Lake Show, but
Winning Time. And like the first season of that was really good, obviously, and the second season I never finished the second season, but I think they were just trying to kind of bounce on the momentum of that, and like this was a huge story, which it was a massive story in the NBA, obviously, but it was bad, dude. It was really bad. I don't know how I feel about the Rocky guy now. Yeah, it's not.
I don't think he looks like him.
I get what they were going for with him. I see if somebody were to do a cosplay that looked like that, but yeah, it's pretty good. But I guess to try to make an actual series. I don't know, man. The more I look at him, it's pretty bad. It's not the best. It's definitely not the best.
Whoa, they're Sly.
And when you get, then you put him up against Prime Sly. That looks tough. Is pretty disrespectful to Sly. The only thing that guy really has going for him actually is I'm sure he's Italian, and he's got kind of like the droopy, Bell's palsy thing going on slightly. But other than that,
So we'll see how that does. I mean, the voice is everything.
Yeah.
And the look I don't think is quite there, but that's such a hard person to cast.
Yeah, dude.
So I don't totally blame him there, but we'll see how he does with like the droopy face and the voice. And we'll see if like how interesting this movie even is. I think it gets a better like story. It's kind of like a good like Hollywood fable almost,
Sure.
Where it's like, but so they just want to dramatize everything in Hollywood. So
I know exactly what you're saying. You don't need to see it on TV because the story is really good, but it's just an antidote. Really, it's just
exactly.
Is it a big enough story to actually make 8 episodes out of, or whatever they're doing here? Probably not.
I think it's a movie, so yeah.
Oh, it's a movie.
So
okay.
I think it's
it'd
be like 2 hours.
Is it big enough a story to do 2 hours on? Yeah, it's probably. I don't know. Probably not. And dude, just go watch Rocky. It's not going to be better than any of the Rockies. Maybe 5 or Balboa, but
there's a chance. But I don't know. It's like I don't even know what the scale is of the movie. Like, is it going to theaters? Is it? I don't think there's any like. At least from what I've seen, there's no notable names attached to it. So it's not like it's going to be like a big like Oscar push like this Bruce Springsteen movie is, or the Bob Dylan movie was, or
Right.
So I don't even think it's on that level. So we'll see. But I just as a big fan of those movies, I thought it was interesting to see that they were doing that. So
yeah. I wonder if Sly is involved in the slightest. I wonder if he's signing off on
yeah, I don't know that we had a quote from him on that.
It's like he just wakes up and reads the Hollywood Reporter one day, and he's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "They're doing what?"
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
I'll have to morbidly watch that one though. That's all.
Yeah, no, I definitely
I'll have to check that one out. I won't watch a second of Miami Vice, I'm sure, or The Simpsons. But that one, I won't. If it's on streaming, I will click on it for sure at some point in my life. There's no question about that.
For sure.
They got my click. Will it hold my attention? Probably not. But maybe it's good. Hopefully it's good. It'd be tight if it was. I'm never out here rooting against movies. I'm just here to say that looks like shit. Or not. We want all movies to be good.
We are rooting for all movies. Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
We're rooting for you.
So I have a small rant that I'm debating on doing
Knock
right
it
now.
Off, dude. Get the take off.
Well, so it's I wouldn't say it's not a controversial take, but it does break our golden rule a little bit.
How are we already doing this?
I know. Just a little bit. Like it's not like I'm not analyzing anything in particular, but okay. Well, let's get into it here. Are you so this Stephen Miller guy?
I'm aware of his existence. Yes.
Just a one of those guys that I just think has been bald his entire life. And is just mad at the world and taking it out on people. He's probably bullied a lot when he was young. Probably went bald in high school, and then people just like were throwing him in trash cans. And
if I look like that, I'd probably be pretty upset as well. I mean, that's. I mean, he could be Adam Silver's like cousin or something. There's definitely a relation there. If you look at anything like Adam Silver, that's very problematic for your overall existence and the way people treat you.
Definitely Silver, like definitely reptilian, definitely just a grade A piece of shit. Anyway, Robert De Niro. So Robert De Niro, he's been very outspoken about Trump and he hates Trump. He's threatened to fight him before. I think the first term of that.
Engage in fisticuffs.
And and it's whatever. Like Trump has plenty of critics. Robert De Niro, as he's going to say what he's going to say. And so Stephen Miller. So he called out Stephen Miller specifically here, and he called Miller a Nazi. He in fact specifically he said he set it up with, I guess he's the Goebbels of the cabinet, Stephen Miller, comparing him to Hitler's chief propagandist.
Yeah, sure.
Miller is a Nazi. Yes, he is, and he's Jewish. He should be ashamed of himself.
By the way, he's also Jewish.
Stephen Miller, he has the right to respond here, and then he goes on Hannity, and then he says Robert De Niro is a sad, broken man who is mostly enraged because he hasn't made anything worth watching in at least 30 years. Probably the longest string of flops, failures, embarrassments. This man has been degrading himself on camera with one horrific film after another for my entire adult life. And he is not taken seriously by anybody, not by his family, friends, community. He is a shell of a man, and everybody disregards everything he says.
I just don't know if that's true, dude. I just don't know if that's true.
I don't think so either.
I just doubt it. I really doubt it.
And this guy, this grade A piece of shit. Already said that.
Yeah.
But first of all, Robert De Niro. First and foremost, Robert De Niro is a legend. He's the greatest actor of all time.
If he's not one of, he is. It's
absolutely, yeah.
Short list.
He's in the conversation. Yeah, he's on the short list. So in general, like, can you just let anything go? Like, you have so many critics. You have so many reasons for people to hate you already. Why attack this guy? I know he said it. He started it. De Niro started it, in all fairness.
He's an American
legend. He's an institution. And by the way, he hasn't. He said 30 years of flops. I mean, come on. Meet the Parents. He was in Silver Linings Playbook. I think when did he come out? I think he came out 30 years ago.
Yeah, it was probably exactly. It was 92 or so, so a little bit over that, but like right around there, or 95. It was.
He's been nominated for 3 Oscars in the last 30 years: Silver Linings Playbook, The Irishman, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh yeah, no shit. I forgot about Flower Moon. Yeah, I was about to bring up Irishman, but I forgot Flower Moon. Yeah, it's pretty good. If the worst part of your career is getting nominated for an Academy Award once every 10 years, that's a pretty successful career. That is not, if this 30-year run is all he had, it's like LeBron, he's had multiple primes, they say.
Oh yeah, exactly.
If your 30-year run is making a ton of movies and a ton of money and being nominated 3 times, that's greater than 99.9% of actors' careers will ever be. It's just those 30 years. And that's not counting the first 30. So, yeah, what are we talking about?
Yeah, it's completely bullshit. And like, if you didn't hate the guy enough already, I mean, him shitting on, I genuinely think that Robert De Niro is the best actor of all time, and it's obviously up for debate. So just when I read that, it really
it enraged you. Yeah, it's just like, what are we doing?
Like,
yeah, no,
I think he's already got Stephen Miller. He's already got the most punchable face in the world. Where's my guy here? I just wanted to just wring his neck when I saw this.
Here's Exhibit A about most punchable face in the world. Yeah, I mean that's.
Come on.
He's super punchable.
He's up there.
He definitely is. All mine are probably, they might be political related too, but there's just a lot of punchable. there's just a lot of punchable faces in the political sphere,
100%. And for me, he is number 1 with the bullet. And honestly, I'd take 85-year-old Robert De Niro over him in a fight anyway. Because what is Stephen Miller, like 4 or 5 or something? He's like well under 5 feet tall. Yeah. And I think even though Robert De Niro, looked like he's just hobbling around at this point, I still think he'd knock that son of a bitch out. What do you think?
I mean, we saw how he was moving The Irishman, but I think
not good.
Yeah, it's not good. With that being said, though, De Niro would will himself to win that scrap. It would be one of those things where, like, I'm not letting you beat me here. I don't care how old and decrepit I am. I'm just not losing this.
It's a pregnant woman's strength. He would just out of nowhere just get this.
It's like if you get into a fight in front of your kid. It's like, I can't lose this fight. I can't lose face here. I can't let this guy beat me right now, and that's just what it would become. Like I have too much pride to lose this fight. And there's something to that for sure. He might take some punches, but he'd figure it out probably.
Yeah, and by the way, my last point on this
It was Raging Bull. I mean, he's done boxing films before.
Yeah. No, he at some point he was trained how to fight.
That's right.
Well, I'm not going to get into all this. I wrote down some specific quotes of people that worked closely with Stephen Miller that have said that, oh yeah, he's a white supremacist. He's a white nationalist. He's a he.
You look at the face.
That's no secret. I mean, you look at the guy, and if you've ever heard him talk in the last 10 years, if you watch him give a speech, I mean, the guy is a clear racist, and he is a Nazi, and I hope he burns in hell.
Yes.
And that's my rant.
It was good. We decided no political talk, and within 5 episodes, we're calling them not. Well, I mean, I'm not against it. I'm just saying it didn't last long.
I'm not saying anything about the administration as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Specifically, Stephen Miller, though.
But specifically, Stephen Miller. Not only is he a stupid Nazi, but he hates good art and the legends that bring it to us. And
I think my entire thing with that would be
that's what Nazis do, right? They hate art.
My entire thing with that would be if I was living a life in a certain way that it made a legend of that stature, whoever it might be, hate me to that degree and scream about me in interviews and stuff like that, I'd probably rethink the way I was living a little bit. If Robert De Niro was like, man, fuck Remington Fox, I'd be like,
man,
this is, what am I doing here, man? And there's no reflection in that for these guys, it's just like, no, fuck him. Like, that's crazy. I'm with you. Robert De Niro's one of my all-time favorites too. It's like that sucks. What am I doing wrong here? I'm doing something really wrong.
And there's totally a different way he could have played it, where he's like, like that's, I hate that he feels the way about me. I try to, and try to like talk down the Nazi thing, and like, I'm not really a Nazi. I'm not.
Like, I am, and your movies suck.
I'd like to sit down with Robert De Niro and talk to him about this. Maybe we could work something out and find some common ground. No, he's like, this guy sucks. 30 years of flops and failures. Nobody likes him, even his friends and family.
No,
like,
that is
come on, man.
Crazy thing to say. It's like, your own people don't even love you, dog. That's what he said. It's like, do yours like you? Do we know? The people around Robert De Niro probably like Robert De Niro a lot, I would imagine. And of course, we never know if
maybe not his ex-wives. But.
Yeah, and we never know how good of guys these people are. Behind closed doors, obviously. Yeah. With that being said, I'll pick De Niro in both the morality fight and fisticuffs because I don't know. It's a crazy way to go about it, like you said, though. Just like, fuck this guy. Nobody likes him.
Yeah. Also, it was a slow news week in terms of film. So
yeah, sure. Yeah. No. I mean that is notable. Those are things we need to discuss here, and especially just protecting the sanctity that is Robert De Niro. It's important to us.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. First and foremost.
Who doesn't like Robert De Niro? If you think Robert De Niro is a bad actor, you're a piece of shit. Like, you're just you don't know what you're looking at.
I love Robert De Niro way more than I hate Stephen Miller, and I really fucking hate Stephen Miller. So that's
a good scale to judge things on. It's the high and the low of both, but that's good. Love ones out there. That's great. We could actually do just a Robert De Niro movie draft. That would be a good one.
Oh yeah, how could we do that? So we picked De Niro characters. Fight Club with Robert De Niro characters?
We could do either characters or just movies he was in, which would be two different. Let's
milk it, baby. Let's,
just get as much De Niro content.
Okay, so like an actual movie draft, because we last if you haven't seen it, we did the character. It was a character draft.
It was a character draft, yeah.
So in that, you're saying, it's an actual movie draft.
Yeah. And
I like that.
There's probably some overlap there, obviously. If you're going to take a Goodfellas or a Taxi Driver, within your first round or two, Travis Bickle from Taxi Driver probably is drafted pretty high in that, and Jimmy from Goodfellas is probably drafted pretty high in that. So
sure, yeah.
There would be some overlap for sure, but it's still two different drafts.
Different angle. We'll space them out a little bit.
Yeah. Like for like Meet the Fockers, or for example, like I'd probably draft, the character before the movie in that one, or would I don't know actually.
Probably. I don't know. I mean, so. I love
he's got so many good movies,
but he's got so fucking many movies, and that's why he is the best to me. I mean, there's definitely a long list of bad movies he's made, sure. But there's an incredibly long list of great classic movies that he's in, and
the reason he has so many bad movies is because he never took a break. He just kept acting.
Yeah.
He kept doing stuff.
He just loves acting. He just like takes job. He gets a lot of enjoyment out of making, Bad Grandpa or whatever that movie was with Zac Efron. But it's a bad movie, but it was probably fun as hell to make.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
I can't blame the guy for doing that.
He was, I mean, I respect the actor that really picks his projects carefully, and obviously, the older you get, the more few and far between those real great roles become, because they're looking for Leo now instead of De Niro, with Scorsese or whatever. But he is the opposite of that. He just kept shooting. He's like, this might suck, but I'll do it anyway. I'll make my 15 million and have a good time on set and get out of here. And maybe it's good, maybe it's bad, maybe it's funny, maybe it's not. But he kept shooting.
I think that's totally fine. Yeah, it's not as polished as Leo or Daniel Day or whatever.
Right. But you would all like the real elite greats, and two of those names you just mentioned. He's probably the only one that really went that route, actually, where it's just like give me all the fuck shit.
Pacino has a list of bad ones.
Jack, before he retired, had that little run of bad comedy, weird comedy movies too.
There's a few of them. Yeah,
but he retired much quicker and younger too.
Yeah,
relatively speaking. I mean, what did he really even? How many movies? It's a good question. How many movies do you think he was in past The Departed?
Oh, I think only one.
I was gonna say it's not many. Two? It's whatever that number is.
Like two at most. There was the Bucket List came out afterwards.
Yeah, for sure it did. You're right.
And then there might have been another one, but I think it's only one or two.
Yeah, it wasn't many. Is he like, because he's I don't think he's doing great either. I mean, he doesn't show up to many Lakers games anymore. I think it's been
the last public appearance I saw of him was what was it, in February this year at the SNL 50th anniversary. He was just in the audience, he wasn't in a sketch, but he it just like came back from commercial break, and it was Jack. And then he's just like, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Sandler, and then it throws it to Adam Sandler.
That's cool.
Adam Sandler's up there with the guitar, he's gonna play a song.
They had their
it was a cool moment
movie with each other. So they're probably buddies, but
he's not in good shape for sure.
That one's gonna hurt me a lot. Jack is
I mean, you could easily make the case for him being the greatest actor of all time, and I'm not going to argue.
I watched The Shining last night, actually, and which is what I watch every October. There's like 3 horror movies I have to watch every October. It's The Shining, Hereditary, and then the original Halloween. And I try to watch that one either on Halloween or the day before or something like that. But The Shining is my favorite horror movie of all time. And every time I watch it, it gets better because I'm just watching things Jack is doing that I didn't really even catch the first, second, or third.
I think it is my favorite too.
I think it's the best, man. It's genius. Everything about it, and like then like all like the weird lore, conspiracy theories behind all of it, and the Kubrickisms and everything involved with that, which just keeps the movie living for longer. And I like that. I like Stephen King. I'm a big Stephen King guy. But I just love the idea that he fucking hates the movie for some reason. I think that's really funny to me, where he's just like, you did it all wrong. And it's like, Kubrick delivered a masterpiece. What are you mad about, dog? Like,
well, maybe he's mad because it's better than what he had envisioned,
I think that's what it is. But he,
like some jealousy there, maybe.
They made Shawshank better than his original ending. Because in the original ending of the book, the novella, the warden never gets his get back, or he never gets got. He gets away with the crime of fucking over Andy the entire time. And of course, in the movie, Andy gives the cops the evidence after he escapes and he kills himself. So he got, and in the book, you never get that. So
how does he feel about that?
He said it was better. He heard him talk about that before. He's like, I should have done that one. So he's cool about it sometimes, but it is a completely different story for the most part. Like all the themes in the movie to book are completely different, and he did change a lot of stuff. Kubrick did. So I guess if you fuck with it too much, but yeah, he's on record of being like, Frank Darabont nailed that one. Like I should have probably done that. And it's not like Stephen King's ever been known for his endings. That's the one thing that he's always really beat up on as an author, is the way he ends his stories. He's great to come up with them, and great ideas and great beginnings and middles, but people really hate on the way he ends a lot of things, which I'm not going to criticize him, but people do. Many are saying.
Many people are saying. I think we should maybe conclude this. What do you think?
Yeah, wrap it.
I think that we should.
It's 9:30.
We should figure out on our next movie draft. Maybe do that first week in November.
De Niro movie
weekend.
De Niro movie draft.
Could be De Niro. I've got a list starting. We'll go over that, and we'll see what we want to do. We might do De Niro, just in spite of that fucking piece of what else? Oh yeah, next month. So next month is November.
It is.
It's not like that's a good movie month.
It always
in terms of like before December, after October, usually
consistently. Yeah. You're right though.
Should we have there's no Thanksgiving movies, or I mean there are some, but there's not should we touch on those movies, or should we have maybe a different theme for the month? These are the things that I think about.
You know which one we have to do.
Don't say it.
I have to.
I don't think I can go back to that.
And there's at least two of them, right? Because I think it's.
I think so, yeah.
Because I remember how it works. So yeah, for those that don't know, I'm talking about one of the greatest horror movies. Actually, better than The Shining. Fuck what I was talking about earlier. It's the greatest horror film of all time. It's called Thanksgiving, and it's like a 70-minute student film, basically, and it's about this group of college kids going home for Thanksgiving. And this killer, murderous turkey follows them, and it turns into one of the most ridiculous slasher films you'll ever see in your entire life. It's very bad, but
it's horrible, and it's I expected it to be more fun.
It wasn't fun.
Can't be fun. It's a tough watch.
It's not even campy in a good way or a bad way. That's good. It's just really.
Do you see this bad on the screen here?
I do.
That was a while ago.
What happened to your forehead?
We got a comment.
That is a good question. What happened to your forehead?
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I'm not going to talk about it.
We'll keep it moving. I remember it was Thanksgiving 3, I think it was called, but it was the second one. And then I don't think they ever made a third. It was something like that. They had one of those weird titles.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But it's they're trying to be tongue in cheek,
Super, ironic. Not even ironic. I don't even know what that is. Just weird.
Do you have any plans to dress up for Halloween?
No, not this year. I don't think.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I don't have anything lined up. So I don't think it's always a scramble at the last second for me anyway.
100%. Yeah.
But
if I got something going on, if I got a party or
I'm
something,
okay with
then I'll throw something together. And it's normally just whatever I have in my closet, and then I say I'm something. I think I was a Peaky Blinder 3 years in a row. I just put a coat on. Like, yeah, dude, fucking, you don't see it. You don't get it. You don't see it.
No.
Yeah.
You don't see the vision.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're done here. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Game 1 of the World Series. Go Dodgers.
Down with the Dodgers. Watch movies. And